What's up, guys? It's Desro. Welcome back to another VOD review. Yeah, today it's silver slash gold Roadhog VOD review. I know he made it to gold, but I don't know when he recorded this. He was in gold. I think it is, but we'll just assume it is. But Dark Daddy was silver for quite a while, and he mostly played Diva and other tanks and other stuff. But this time he submitted a Roadhog VOD review, so we're just gonna mute because the sound is completely not necessary. And I got my epic pen right here to point out things that are wrong. So far, I mean, the positioning of his team is just garbage. Like, you can't really be sitting under that bridge. But in gold, making people like understand that this is not where you need to be. Like, unless you're Reinhardt, I don't think the team's gonna listen. Did you have Junkrat and a Widow? Things are not so great. So one thing you can do as a Roadhog is hold on. Are we gonna get to see what? Oh, that was actually pretty sick. But yeah, one thing you can do as a Roadhog on this map is be on the high ground inside that cave. It's a great positioning on defense because as they push the payload, you just peek up here and then you hook them from up here, and then you just hook them. It's usually really good. So that's something that you can do. You can do better. Um, oh yeah, that hook on the Roadhog, throwing him down was just really really nice. So yeah, your positioning. It's sometimes it's good to be behind a Reinhardt shield, especially if the Reinhardt has Shatter and he wants you to pressure the well. In gold or in plat, they're not gonna tell you like break the shield, I have Shatter. But as you get better and like maybe high plat gold, they're gonna tell you like help me break the shield, I got Shatter. But so you don't always have to be with a team because a flanking Roadhogs usually does really well. If you were in the cave, you probably would have caught that tracer right away. So you're front lining here, but you're not really a tank or a front line tank. You're more of a DPS than a tank. Oh, great hook. Um, I don't think the melee is necessary anymore, to be honest, because it's a one-shot kill most targets. Um, yeah, so you have like vision from the widows. You try to go for the flanks. That's a really good play, actually. Getting the Winston is your job because he will disrupt your backline. He's very effective versus the widow and the supports. Also, you can use the Reinhardt. Your Reinhardt actually died. Oh, but see, you were a little bit too far forward, and you can be rezzed. Yeah, that happens. So far the play's been good, to be honest. So you even have three plat players in your game. Damn. Well, they're probably in gold right now, but they used to be plat, so that's always nice to see some progression. So you seem to want to wait for your team to regroup, which makes sense. All right, it's not gonna happen. At least you get a tracer on your way out. Is it yeah, it's a boosted monkey. Yeah, you just need to get back. You need to regroup. It's really hard at this level, I feel, in terms of positioning, because you kind of have to commit to what your Reinhardt decides. Not a good ult. Not a good ult. You should have self-healed before. And not only that, but it's like, sometimes you'll see streamers do an ult like that, and they're like, oh yeah, it's a zoning ult. It's more of a meme than anything. Like, and in some situations, a zoning ult is a thing, but like it's people when people say that, usually it's because they messed up their ultimates. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just zoning, dude. Everything's fine. But yeah, there's just another great ult there. Listening to your surroundings, speaking careful before you come out. You should have tried to hook that monkey. Your widow went Reaper. Nice hook. So I'm not actually a Roadhog expert. Like I was thinking to myself, like, do you do you always melee after a hook? Maybe you do. So like, I don't want to tell you not to. I personally have not been doing it since the patch because you one shot a lot of heroes, but like for instance here, like you wouldn't be one shotting the Winston, but I wonder if it delays your attack, your second attack. You know what I mean? It's like you hook, you shoot, and then you melee. But then your second shoot, is it slower because you meleeed? If it is, then obviously I don't think you should do it. Um, but if it doesn't, then it's okay. So that's something that we collectively are gonna have to find out. By the way, I'm streaming this, so it might be frustrating for the people in the chat because I'm not reading the chat because it just doesn't work like that. I can't read the chat when I make offline content because I need to keep my train of thought going. Yeah, your positioning here. Yeah, you need to go on the high ground, like up here. Yeah, like right there is where you need to be. So, God damn it. What? Okay, so there's like there's like two spots you can be. You can be like up here, like where there's the little doorway. So you peek out, you hook, you go back in, or you can do it over here where there's a pillar. I mean, where you were is not necessarily bad. Also, I don't know if your Winston was the Reinhardt, but you should lobby to get him back on Reinhardt because you guys are not gonna do anything with a Winston. So I don't know if you guys are telling him or something. We can try to listen to the. Just, maybe there's no sound to the video you provided. I don't know. This doesn't seem to be working. You guys are just getting shredded apart. Like without a Ryan the soldier is just having it's Christmas time for him. In that situation, you could always switch to Ryan, because if you're not gonna have a Ryan, then you can't have success. They don't have a Ryan, so in that sense you can always be like, oh well, they don't have a Ryan and they're doing fine. Yeah, but it's not because they're doing something weird and it works. I mean, you guys are just struggling. Like he's going diva now. Yeah, I think he just needed to be patient and stick on his Ryan. And not only that, but there's a Discord board, and if you went Ryan, then the Discord are harder to hit for the Zenyatta, and then also you can help people not get hooked with the shield. So, something to think about. Maybe you thought like, oh, I'm doing a VOD review for Roadhog with Desro, so I just only want to provide him Roadhog footage. And so that makes sense in a way. Oh, that was a great hook. So you've had some really like shiny moments in this game for a Goldie. The hook on the Roadhog early game, that hook there on the jumping Winston, that was really nice. And yeah, as a Huff tank, you can't really be the frontliner, so it's nice that you're playing on the side. Plus, when people don't know of your whereabouts in your Roadhog, it always gives you the edge. So you turn the corner, you hook them. They don't expect it. They don't play. They don't try to outrange the hook, with their positioning. Although maybe at this level they don't try to outrange the hook from the get go. Maybe you could have backed, a step or two more before eating your grenade or whatever, like doing your E, and always turn around when you do your E, so you can't get it shotted. So, maybe you knew that because I've seen you turn around a few times. Great ultimate there, trying to get them off the payload. You killed a nice, no, nice. Okay, you have one ammo there. Let's see, that worked. I probably would have reloaded. Like, sometimes I feel like, with even if you're like at 3 or 2 ammo left, sometimes I feel like it's worth reloading. Of course, you don't want to reload too much, but like you should know your range. Like, for example, like here, maybe you could have right-clicked him, but let's say your hook's on cooldown. Um, you just right click him a bunch and then you hide and you reload. It really, I mean, it really depends. Like, I'm not a Roadhog expert, but I see in there it's good reload. So you guys are gonna hold. That's pretty good. Let's see the attack. You're looking at some of the profiles. Is there a sound? Voice chat, please. Alright. So you went back on Reinhardt. That should make your life a little bit easier. You guys are running Lucio Mercy. Seems like I was playing in Diamond, and that seems to be back in. Oh, uh, but see again, you can do it from up here, like from like the train into the cave, cause like let's say you're here, right, and the Lucio sees you hook his Rhine, he speeds boost, and he can just boop you. So your positioning, or if they have a Pharah, she can boop you. So the positioning that you currently have is pretty weak. I'd always suggest the high ground because it's much easier to get back behind cover. But you got a Rhine, so it's just little things you can do better, despite playing a great game. I bet you submitted the winning game, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Some people prefer to be judged, even though they won the game. They don't want to feel too vulnerable. Ah, nice. Yeah, because especially at this level, like you never know if people are gonna run to the pin, because they're playing blind. So it's good to stop the Rhine and hook him when you can. Alright, are you gonna... Oh, sweet. What? The shield gen makes it so that you don't one-shot them, I think. Yeah, because he has 275, and you one-shot most 250 heroes, but he has 275. That's where the melee hit comes in. I think you just missed your left click then. Maybe he was healed while you shot him. Trying to back up. Okay. Ah, you've been hacked. Yeah, you've had your ult here for a while. You could use it. I probably would have used it on the Zarya and the Winston. Also, your aim seems very shaky. I don't know if you could like lower your sensitivity a bit. I don't, because there are great players in CS:GO and Overwatch that use very high sensitivity and they do great, but I don't know. I always try to prefer, or I always try to recommend lower sensitivity. It seems more sustainable. Like if you're gonna play a lot of video games, there's I don't know. There's not a study, but seems like most people that get injuries are the ones playing with high sensitivity and stuff like that. So, because you're technically you're more tense because you're moving your mouse less, so you're trying to like be very precise. While when you have low sensitivity, you're playing with your arm, so it's a bit better physically, technically. But that's something that you can try. Just lower the sensitivity, see if you adjust to it well, and it makes you aim better. Because you're playing tanks now, so it's not like you need the most aim. But yeah, here, okay, so here, like, of course you want to try to, like, especially you want to take care of the Winston, but once the Winston is being taken care of, I want you to go up here, and I want you to, like, play the high ground, like, go behind, and when you're up here on the side, the boardwalk or whatever, on the ledge, you can hook people from up here, people that walk out of spawn, when you're on that high ground. So that's something that you should consider. Maybe you'll end up doing it, but it seems like the most thing I have to say about your Roadhog is the positioning of, like, you should be like I don't know, like a wolf in the forest. You should know like the best hunting path for fresh blood and easy targets, and you just seem to stick with the group, which To some extent makes sense, but as a road dog, a lot of road dogs will be flanking. That's how you get picks. You get entry frags because people, turn the corner. Oh shit, I got hooked. How do you get hooked? Well, he's flanking, dude. He's like, he hooked me. He's like, and then not only that, but when you stay behind the shield, then you have to kill the shield, and then you can get hooks. And especially now that it's not three tanks as much anymore, or maybe it never was in Gold League. Because when it was three tanks and a soldier, you needed to stay in formation. It was like almost like an army. It's like stay in formation, three tanks in the front, soldier in the middle, and then sometimes when soldier had his ultimate, then he went for a flank, and then you just boosted him and he killed everyone. But now that it's not so tank heavy, the Roadhog has more room to just flank because he doesn't constantly need to be there with the team. So here again, go set your you killed so much, but still don't stay on your laurel. Get on this high ground, and then as they come out, you can hook them. It's just very, very important. Like hook accuracy and all that, it's not all that important. It's more about positioning, and it's about positioning and having the opportunities. Like when they say like, how did you get rich or whatever? It's like, oh, I was at the right place at the right time. It's the same thing with Roadhog. If you're not setting yourself the best path, then you're not gonna have the opportunities that you should be having to be a good Roadhog. That's at least how I see it. Now, as I said, I'm not a Roadhog main or a Roadhog expert, so I could be wrong. RIP. Yeah, you were on the ground. Well, you kind of didn't have a choice with your ultimate. I don't know why you come out on the left. It just seems... I don't know why so many people... Sometimes I feel like I always take the best path out. Maybe it's not so bad. I don't know. I wonder if someone calculated which spawn it's always best to come out of. But I never come out of left as you did, but maybe it's personal preference. Anyway, again, high ground. Like you can be here, and then you can flank through the hallway and go behind them, get a support or two. You can be here on the high ground. You can be on the low ground even and flank from the left, hook the Rhine. But the low ground's not so great because if they're usually, especially at this level, people don't take the high ground versus you, and so when you're on the high ground, you're usually uncontested in a sense that you'll hook and then you'll hide, then you can run away for free and survive. And so high ground is really something you gotta abuse a lot more. The Pharah is gonna give you a little bit of trouble. You kind of ignore the Pharah there, and you can hook her and shoot her. So she died. Maybe that's why you didn't. I didn't realize she died. Maybe it got called in voice chat. What am I getting voice chat in 2017? Oh, the Belia, the Mercy in the voice chat. No, we saw up here. Maybe what was it? What was I gonna say? So yeah, the nice ending to the game. Mercy main is a girl as always. Yeah, I got like super zoned out there at the end, but not a bad game really. Your positioning, sometimes your ults were crappy. When you healed yourself, I think it was like that sequence right here. I feel like you could have walked a little bit more off before healing yourself. I won't go back. I won't find the sequence, but yeah, it was a good VOD. Obviously, you submitted a VOD of you winning Kappa. But yeah, just positioning. Your accuracy didn't seem so bad. And yeah, always give yourself the best chances at getting opportunities which is mostly high ground on flanks. But yeah, thank you for submitting a VOD review, Dark Daddy. I'll be doing another VOD review pretty soon. That's gonna end up on the channel. It's gonna be a soldier VOD review of, I forgot the league of the player. But yeah, if you watch a stream, you can submit VOD review. I will maybe open it to YouTube soon. We'll see about that. But thank you so much, guys, for watching the stream, and I'll see you guys. No, that's not my outro. Thank you for watching, and have a good time.